This is a little much. Tornado going. Easy. There's flow. Oh, I mean, some stuff is 50% off, 60% off, 70% off. The boys gifted me a camera. No way I can sleep with that noise. This tank looks awful. I will get a new fish for this tank. What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. We're glad you're back. You guys absolutely killed that last video. Really appreciate it. By the time I'm filming this, I am 20 subscribers away from 5,000. So I'm sure by the time I finish filming this, we will have hit 5,000 subscribers. So again, that's a real big milestone. I really appreciate it. And again, it is only the beginning of what I plan for this channel. Before we get into it, shout out to Ice Cap for the brand new ATO Easy. I needed it for the drop down tank and they delivered. So much love to them. And as part of this video is I'm gonna be kind of overhauling and making sure all the tanks are good. Kind of not really sure where this video goes. I just know I just need to start filming because we're so close to 5,000. So I wanted to thank you guys. Danny, come here. Let's come say hi. So let's go ahead and check on the tanks real quick. So as you saw, Kayla did a great job with the maintenance on this tank, but she did point out some notes. The tank is getting its algae back, so I gotta clean it down. But I want to address a lot of those issues she had in this video. But first, these fish look hungry. Let's go ahead and grab some pellets for them. She said I need to feed a lot more since there's like no nutrients, so we're just gonna throw a whole bunch of pellets in there and just let them go crazy. And I don't really care, you know, how many pellets. You can see here comes the starfish sensing all the pellets into the tank, and there's the other one dead center, crawling out from the depths. Some things I got to address in this tank, like those nutrients. Unfortunately, we did lose one acro, but I'm going to go ahead and I have a doser for this tank. I'm going to go ahead and set it up with Tropic Marin's All Free. It's all I use really in small tanks because it just has everything. It really takes care of the basics that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up. We're just going to give all these tanks all the love that they deserve. I'm a little more mobile now. I'm not really in as much pain as I was. I still am on crutches, unfortunately, but I can move around the cabin a little better. So it helps me take care of these tanks how they need and deserve. For those of you that are new, this is my 20-gallon reef tank. It's a water box, but the light is not straight for some reason. There we go. In this tank right now is just my pair of clowns and my pair of harlequin starfish, and then a whole bunch of coral, mostly acans and zoas and some ganies. The tank is really basic. I am planning to do a lot more with this tank, but unfortunately with the surgery that I had, haven't been able to really do as much as I wanted, but we're gonna get there. And again, coming soon is gonna be an upgrade to this tank, and I look forward to that. And then this tank will kind of probably convert to more of a quarantine tank for all the new corals, just grow out the collection from there. In this tank used to be another clown, a Colorado anemone, and a bullseye pistol shrimp, and they were moved to another tank, so let's go check that tank out. And they're in this tank, which right now needs some fresh water. You can see the color is not great. This tank, you know, that's why I needed this. This tank needs an ATO so it can stay a lot more stable. But this is our long fin frostbite clown. She is very notable on this channel as she has killed lots of her tank mates. And then we also have a bullseye pistol shrimp who I do not see you at the moment. Oh, I see his head. He is hanging out. All right. See his claw right there. But there's a lot of stuff that got to get addressed in this tank. The natural light in here is not great, so it's getting a lot of cyano from the natural light. Parameters aren't stable because there's no auto top off, so salinity swings a bunch. I just need some TLC. So let's go get some fresh water and let's set up this auto top off for this tank. This ATO is also empty, so we're gonna go ahead and fill this one up as well. How am I doing that, you ask? I got my walker here. And we're just gonna carry like this into the garage where my RODI unit is. Now my garage is a mess because I don't have a way of really cleaning it right now. But I gotta find something in here to use as an auto top off reservoir for that small tank. Now I don't wanna use these big jugs because there's like more water in these jugs than the tank. That's just kind of excessive for that small tank. And I also don't want to use up the jugs that I need for salt water on fresh water. So I think what I'm gonna have to do, if I get another jug from the store, one of those 2.5s like I have on this tank over here. So I guess for now we're just gonna fill up the jug on the 20-gallon. I'm not gonna fill this all the way up because I don't want to clumsily drop this as I use my walker back to the tank, so that should be good. Well, I just realized I need a lot more help than I originally realized to do this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead, scrape down this glass, and then I'm gonna feed the corals. I haven't done that in a very long time, and with the parameters being what they are, I can do kind of whatever I want in this tank right now. So we're gonna go ahead, feed the corals, or scrape down, and then we'll feed the corals. So how do I make my coral food? Well, first I need some tank water. Good amount. Now I have two powdered foods here. I have Benepets and I have Reefroids. For this one, I'm gonna go with the Roids just because the tank is so clean Benefits doesn't have as much filler, so it keeps the phosphates down. But that is not an issue I have. I need to get stuff up, so we're going to use the roids. I also have part of my fridge is... What are you doing? Okay. Part of my fridge is... Where's the fish section? Here's the fish section. So we got our AB+. Got whatever this stuff is. I think that's it. Well, I guess these have been sitting in there for a bit. That's July of 2024. That's September of 2024. That's still good. For those of you just watching, it is November of 2024. So these got to go in the trash. So I guess this is just gonna be a simple food. It's just gonna be some roids and some roe. If I can open up the roe. There we go. That was a lot of roe, but I got a lot of acans in there. Acans, the Yannis, they'll kind of eat it up, mostly the acans. And now we're gonna throw some roids in there. My phone wasn't recording, but that should be a good amount. Let me take our little pipette and a little mixy poo in here. Now, normally this would also include fuel or AB+, some Phyto as well. I haven't fed corals in I don't know how long because I was like, oh, it's just clownfish. I don't want to make it too crazy. It's a pretty basic tank, but there's no nutrients, so now I have to do this. Let's go ahead and scrape down the glass. So let's go ahead, kill ATO and all the flow, and ta-da! Yeah, it looks like nothing because everything is gross now. We are all cleaned on the glass sides. I totally forgot I was going to change this out for the MP10, so I think I'm going to do that in this video as well. Let's go ahead and feed these corals while the flow is off. Not really sure how I'm going to film both. I guess I'll squeeze and then we'll figure this out. That's how we're going to do this. All right, so let's go find some acans. Now these acans did get kind of closed up because I was messing with them a little bit. That one, you can really see the feeder tentacles coming out on it. Let's give the starfish a little bit, you can see. Oh, right there. Shooting the guy in general direction. Get the zoas. See them closing up around it. Ghani's all eating. Let's try to get some more of this guy here. The serious snails are going crazy. I definitely got to get some more cleanup crew, I think, in this tank, especially for the sandbag, because it might just be these 3 left. Not really sure. There's not much in here, so we're going to let this all kind of filter through. I'm going to put the Nero 3 back on for now, just because I forgot that there's a Magic game tonight, and the Jake Paul fights tonight as well. So I got to get ready for all that. So we're going to go put the Nero 3 on right now, kick the flow back on, get the tank going again. And then tomorrow I'll maybe try to recruit Colson or Jared to help me out finish all this maintenance. Now that we got the flow back going on, I definitely think I'm going to move this Ghani and maybe even this Zoa to a little better spot. I got to clean out all this junk back here. Might even glue the acro down on top of the rocks. Got to do some stuff in this tank that just has not been addressed, but we'll get it going. All right, I just got home from work. No one wanted to come help me do my aquarium maintenance. Great friends I have. Speaking of great friends, if you have not subscribed already, I talked about that raft video like for a billion weeks. I posted it. It did awful. So Colson, Jared, and I made a whole separate channel. It's called 3 Brain Cells. I'm going to have the link down below. Go ahead, subscribe to it. We're going to do a bunch of, battle videos, streaming, and stuff like that on that channel. So go down below and subscribe to it. But since my great friends did not come over, I have to go find my MP10 in this mess somewhere. I know it's in a box still. It's labeled like aquarium expensive or something. It has like my radions and all the vortex in there. So let me go see if I can find it real quick. Just broke my crutches walking in the house, so this is what we got right now. Yeah, I would say this would be the aquarium expensive. The Helio, the power strip. I think those are radions down there. But here's an MP10. All right, MP10. Here's the actual MP10 itself. So hopefully this is everything right here. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So here's the tank a couple days later. Yeah, that acro is definitely gonna go. It's really just the clowns now, but I'd say the tank looks pretty good. Otherwise, everything closed up because the lights were just on blue. It is nighttime, so I just kind of woke everything up. To add, like my little carrying case here. So we're gonna add the MP10 to the tank and take the Nero 3 off of here. Let me get a bucket to put the Nero 3 in. Now, since this acro isn't looking great, I'm just gonna leave it there. No sense in moving it. This Ghani though, I am gonna move kind of back to where it originally was over here. And I think those Zoas I'll probably move a little more forward. Everything else looks really good in the tank. Things open, happy. Actually, the glitter Ghani, the glitter bomb is looking a little better. It's got me a little more pop extension. Once I get this doser, that will definitely help. Now, I said in the last video, I need you guys to comment down below what fish I should get. I need to make sure that you guys actually want a fish. So if this video gets, I'm trying to think, you guys have been on a roll recently. Let's do 500 likes. If this video gets 500 likes, I will get a new fish for this tank. I have a couple options, but I don't want to surprise it. But at least 500 likes, we will get a new fish for this aquarium. But if you do have suggestions for a new fish, definitely drop them in the comments below. So I think first what I'm gonna do is gonna do my water change. So I'm gonna drain it to the jugs, and that way I don't have to get as soaking wet digging my hand all the way down the tank. All right, so smack dab in the middle, that was the Margaritaville Ghani. Moved it over there. Hopefully it likes it that spot. It's kind of was getting this rose petal Ghani has just gotten massive, and unfortunately when it puts its tentacles out, it kind of overshadows that one, so hopefully it's got a little more space. And then I think these were the OG Sopranos, or these might be the Burning Embers. I think these are Burning Ember Zoas are now up there. So now let's go ahead and add the MP10. I already got the Nero 3 off. I think I'm gonna put the MP10 on this side. I know it's gonna mess the flow up a little bit. When I come in from the front door, I don't wanna see a power head sticking out. So it'll allow me to actually have, viewing panes. Sorry, the color was off there for a second. But it'll allow me to actually have both viewing sides to actually pay attention to, whereas this side doesn't really get much love. So I might have to shift the Ghanis and something, maybe move the A-cans or something. We'll see how the flow kind of comes out of here. But let's go ahead and put it on real quick. Now, what's nice about the Vortec is the motor is on the outside. So there's no cables that come out of the tank. All the cables are here, and this is just gonna run around the tank. So you don't have to worry about ugly cables sticking out of the tank or collecting algae. This is the only thing you gotta worry about. No heat's gonna go inside the tank. And this is pretty sturdy on there. So this is just gonna help. And there's also a lot more flow that can come out of here. I can change it, can kind of pulse it. Can't say enough good things about it. But let's go ahead, set it up. It has the separate controller here where I can control, power mode. But then again, I can just program it from my phone, which is what I always do. One of these days I'll come through and do all this wire management, because right now it's kind of a mess. I just kind of yanked everything out of here. That's just... Probably put it over here. I don't know where my driver mount is. I think it's probably still in the garage. You know where it is? Okay. Meow. Meow. Anyway, I don't know where it is, but I'll get it all nicely managed in there at some point. But for right now, let's just get the flow going. All right, plugged in, same switch. Turn that on. We have power and there's flow. Okay. Well, we got to put some water in the tank, but it's plugged in and ready to go. Okay, let's try turning the flow on now that there's water in the tank and we're back in flowing. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot of flow. We got let's turn that down a bit. Oh my god. Well, just so you can see the flow difference, yeah, it's going a little this is a little much. This is like a tornado in here. I really gotta turn this down. Oh my god, look at the ripples up top. Although it is kicking up all the detritus, which is good. But yeah, we gotta turn this down some. Okay, I think that's a little better. Still good flow in there, but it's not whipping around like it was before. It was on 100% when I first turned it on. We're gonna let everything open up. I mean, there's nothing much really to do more in this tank. So we're gonna just turn the lights off and kind of see how it looks tomorrow. But otherwise, I think we're all good to go. The one thing I will be curious to see is how these Ghanis kind of open up with this new flow pattern. I can't really tell how the flow's hitting back there. It's kind of more straight, but I'm hoping maybe it'll come around, like it comes around off or whatever. But we'll see when they open up. Again, it was nighttime. I was just messing the tank, so they're not going to be open. Hopefully it's good for them. But now let's move the Nero 3 over to the drop down and enemy tank. I know looking at this tank, it's not great. Let's turn on. Yeah, I mean, there's just cyano, ugly algae. The tank looks awful. I will get new curtains. There's the rod here. I'll just add it so it's all blacked out. The anemone, not too happy at the moment. but that's to be expected. This anatomy has been through hell and back multiple times. I know it'll come back eventually. It's just got to settle in. Does not like changing tanks, which it has done several times, but it's a trooper. I mean, it'll come back in full fashion, no doubt. Here's a little tail to the pistol shrimp. There's our clownfish. But yeah, so we're gonna do a quick water change on this, and then I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna put the Nero 3, and I think it's probably best. I don't know where I want to put it. I'm thinking I kind of want to put it off the back wall shooting forward. I kind of think that's going to be best to maybe try to get down here as much as possible. Now that the Nero's on there, I realize now that probably another part of the cyano issue, there was no flow in this tank. That little pump back there, the C3 Micro, it's a great little pump, but it just doesn't produce the flow that's needed in this tank. Because this is the most flow I've seen in here ever. So that should definitely help out. I mean, you can see all the debris that's got kicked up just from turning this pump on. So that definitely should help out. I can already tell you that an enemy is not sitting there. He's not going to want to get blasted. But I have the Nero, actually, the magnet is back there. So it's pushing forward, so hopefully it'll go down so you can see all the debris down here is all getting kicked up too. So that will really help get the flow in this whole aquarium, which will be really good for everything. So hopefully nothing's really settling in here. I think this is definitely a good step in the right direction. Now let's do the ATO. All right, so next morning I'm running late to work. My freaking crutches broke, so that's fun. I think I already said that actually. But definitely not enough flow in the tank, so we're gonna go ahead and ramp this guy up just a little bit. It looks like there's some good flow up there, but I want to get sure the whole tank's going. All right, before we do the auto top off, I want to tell you guys about our brand new t-shirts on TopShelfAquatics.com. It's probably my favorite one that we did. It's got a flasher ass in the back. Pretty cool. What's also cool is it glows in the dark, so if you have blue lights, it will actually like pop out. It's incredible material. It's really soft shirt, so I wanted this one because it's freaking awesome, but also looks really good too. So down below I'll have the link for TopShelfAquatics.com. You'll see all of our merch. There's definitely some cool new designs, so definitely go check it out. Okay, now that we got our promo out of the way for Top Shelf, back to our promo for the Easy ATO. I have my jug here, fresh water. Here's the tank. It looks gross. I know I just did a water change on it, but it got now a day of full sunlight, so the algae's back, but it is what it is. So this thing is like it says on the box. You see how it says easy? Well, it's backwards. Easy, and that's what it is. You open it up, get rid of that. Literally, there's 3 plugs. 1, 2, 3. And you see this piece right here? Those 2 just plug in here, and that's literally all you gotta do to set up. And what's also nice about this one is the check valve is already installed for you, so you just gotta cut, kind of from the bottom of the jug to like right about here, kind of where you want that check valve to lie. So the check valve's not sitting out of the tank. All right, after a little bit of struggle, kind of get these suction cups to cement, you can see I have the check valve right at the water level, so it's a little lower than I want, but it's still a pretty good height. Now I gotta go ahead, cut a hole in this so I can screw this on and have the hose and the cable come out from it. No hole, hole. All right, so we fed the cables through the hose, through the hole. Now we got to run these back to the back. One of these days I'll organize all that, and then let's run into the tank. Actually, let's go ahead and add the sensor real quick. So you're going to put it in your pump chamber. Acrylic should be thin enough. Yep. And slide it down to where we want it. It's a little overfilled right now, so I'm going to drop it probably a little below that water line. Basically, there are 3 sensors. There's the bottom for fill, top for stop, and the top for please, really, you got to stop right now. That's the oh my God, the sky is falling. Really a backup, make sure the whole tank doesn't overfill. A little below the water line, so that way it never goes really above that point or below that point. And just like that, it's set up. I move this up a little bit. I don't want to do too much and overfill the tank. Also don't want to lose the magnet. Pull it up. Pumps up. I'm gonna drop this down a bit just so it's not too far up. It works really easy. And that's why they call it the Easy ATO. Last to do is set up our doser with All-For-Reef. All-For-Reef is a product that is not sponsoring this video, but if they did, that'd be awesome. But it's a product that I've used for many years that I've loved, and my tank has always looked amazing when I do use it. It has alkalinity, calcium, magnesium, and a whole bunch of other trace elements all in one unique product, so you don't have to have 9 different doser heads. You just need to have one. This is the powder version, which is not my favorite because it takes a little longer to mix. It doesn't stay together as much, and I don't need as much, but you do buy in bulk, you do get a lot. This is the big one. Had this for a bit. It should still be fine. It's been sealed. I still have the water-proof seal up top. So we're still good there. Unfortunately, how do you mix it? I tried it the first time by hand. Let me tell you that did not work. So I went out and bought some fancy glassware and a magnetic stirrer. And we're gonna go ahead and set that up and show you how we do it. So this is, well, first of all, it goes on there. You turn this on, magnetic thing spins inside. This is 1,000 milliliters or a liter. Pretty sure I did that math right. And it takes 6 scoops. Now this is really dirty, so I'm gonna go wash this out with the RO, but it is gonna be 1,000 milliliters of RO water. So let's go ahead and fill that up. And there we go. So let's see where we're sitting. A little above 1,000 ml, so I'm gonna go dump a little out. I would say that's pretty good to 1,000 mLs. Now we're gonna take our magnetic stir. I never do the big one. It's usually, I think, like this size that I do. I don't know why I have these tweezers, but clearly they don't work that well. Oh, there we go. Oh boy. Now the magnet's caught. All right, okay, there we go. I dropped that in. And you can see it went right to it. So if we turn this up, start spinning, get it more in the center. And there we go. There it goes. There we got our little tornado going. Now if you do it too much, it'll actually throw the magnet off. That's pretty nice stirring right there. Okay. Now we're gonna take our all for reef and all right, we got it open. So it's again 6 scoops in here. Help me count because I've definitely lost track doing this more times than I like to admit. All right, a little top down. Hey, how's it going? So again, we want 6 scoops. Let me slide this forward so y'all see it. Make it nice and flat. Now here's the thing with this stuff. It does not mix fast. So what I've known to do is do like 1 or 2 at a time. I'll let it go for a bit. There's 2. Nice even scoop. Look at that. No layover. That was a little splashy. This is 4. That's 5. 1 more. When I tell you guys I've lost count so many times doing this. This is actually me going a lot quicker than usual. Okay, that's it. No more. No more. Put this away. Now we're just going to let it go. I don't know kind of how crazy we can get with it. I think there's some pebbles in there that got to dissolve a little better. We're just going to let it go like this. And I'm going to let this go for a long time. I mean, I'm talking a couple hours. I might even let this go overnight because I want it as mixed as possible. And honestly, that has been my biggest complaint of this product is it's kind of a pain in the neck to mix. That's why I prefer to buy just the liquid. But when I had 3 big tanks, not 3 big tanks, 2 big tanks and a nano that was dosing it. The powder was just more economically friendly. All right, can you be quiet for like 1 second? I'll turn that down for a second. The liquid is just easier and more convenient, but we have it, so we're gonna use the rest of it. So like I said, I'm gonna leave this for a couple hours, again, even overnight. So I'll check back in. It's 8 o'clock right now, probably like 10 o'clock before I go to bed. See how it's doing, and then we'll see if we let it go overnight, or it should be good to start dosing into the tank. A quick update on the flow. I have had to ramp this up a little bit. I've changed kind of the schedule. I'd say now it's going pretty good. Getting the ganies how I want them. The ganies up top are getting it. Leather's definitely moving a little bit. Really getting the ganies over here because these are in a lot of flow. And again, I didn't want the wave maker on this side because I wanted a straight shot sight into the tank. So I've just had to kind of mess with the flow into it and make sure. I mean, it looks really nice there. It's really kind of streamlined. You don't really see this part. And they seem to be moving enough, I guess. I don't know. It's gotten pulsing, so sometimes it looks like it's going more than others. The guys up top are definitely getting hit with it. You guys just care about food. That's all you care about. All right, so we're an hour later, and it's milky, but this is honestly kind of the best as it gets. Let's turn it off real quick just so you can see. But it's pretty diluted. It's milky, but again, it's not gonna be crystal clear. Like, it's not gonna be water. But I do think I'm gonna just let it go for the rest of the night. I mean, if I turned it all the way up, let's see what just for fun, what it does if it's all the way up. You can see all the way down to the magnet. But no way I can sleep with that noise, so we'll turn it down. But as long as we got a nice little tornado, you got our gas spinning there, it should be good. So I will see you in the morning, I guess. Now, before I actually say goodnight, I want to tell you about tomorrow's video, or I guess not tomorrow's video, the next video, which I am filming tomorrow. It's pre-Black Friday. It's that time of the year when, oh my God, we get a lot of boxes of fish. There are nearly 50 boxes coming. I'll put that in perspective. The last video, which you guys absolutely killed, I think that was 17. So this is more than double. It's almost 3 times the amount of boxes coming tomorrow. 750. Yeah, it is math. Yeah, it's around 3 times. I don't know, math. It's around 3 times. 50 boxes coming tomorrow. I don't know what all I was thinking, but it was pre-Black Friday. It's not even Black Friday. It's pre-Black Friday. I was like, we got to get some crazy deals. There are some insane deals. I hopefully can edit that video and post it like Friday. So it's currently Monday night. I'm going to try to get this video out Wednesday. I'm going to be hustling, but hopefully I can get that posted Thursday, Friday, so you guys at least can see come a little ahead of what to expect on the weekend. Yeah, it's going to be nuts. And then we have Black Friday after that, and that is always insane. Almost $100,000, actually over $100,000 in sales just in the retail store alone. I mean, it's nuts, the numbers that we do and the support that you guys give us at Top Shelf. We really appreciate it, and we're going for records this year. We are going for records this year. I think it's just gonna be an insane year, and I definitely think you guys should come and stop by. If you're from out of town, come on in. It's worth it. We have all our pre-bags, our mega sales, our mystery corals. When we get our pre-Black Friday or even our Black Friday posters, it is pages of sales. I mean, some stuff is 50% off, 60% off, 70% off. All fish, throughout the whole fish summer, 30%, which is our biggest of the entire year. It's just stuff you do not see the rest of the year, so you definitely have to come check it out. I know this is me plugging it more and more, but I really want this year to be a good year. We had a rough October, honestly, with hurricanes. I'm not on the sales floor with surgery. October was pretty rough for us, but I know November, we've already turned it around this November, and I just want to make sure that this Black Friday is better than ever, so I made sure we have extra deals for everybody. So again, I just want to hype it up as much as possible because I better see you there. And now I will go to bed and see you in the morning. All right, I just got home. This thing has been mixing for probably 2 days now. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. I also now have time to actually do it. But look at here. So I just finished filming with Paul, Gio, even Brenton showed up, Fanatic. The boys gifted me a camera. I mean, I cannot say enough good things about those guys. They also gifted me an Orbit 2. Not sure when I'll use it, but I'll find something for it. But having a camera now, this feels official. I mean, this is insane for them to give that to me. So you'll see that all in the next video. Let's get this doser hooked up and then we'll call it a day. Well, I went through my whole garage and I could not find any dosing line at all. I don't know where it all went, but I'm exhausted. I don't think I need to really show you guys me setting up a doser. You know, I'll do an update when it is set up. So you'll see that. I'm exhausted. I don't even know what I filmed in this video because I just filmed a whole other video of another unboxing for a pre-Black Friday sale. I got to get this video out before that video, and I want that video out before pre-Black Friday. So without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Again, 500 likes and we will get a new fish for that tank. Comment down below what you want and I'll see you next time.